I would like to welcome our guests for today's study from the Office of the Parliamentary Budget Officer, Yves Giroux, Parliamentary Budget Officer, and Jason Stanton, Advisor and Analyst. Welcome to our committee. You have up to 5 minutes for your opening statement, Mr. Giroux. The floor is yours, sir.
Bonjour, Monsieur le Président.
Good day, Mr. Chair, Vice Chairs, and members of the committee. Thank you for the invitation to appear before you today. We are pleased to be here to discuss our most recent analysis of the Trans Mountain Pipeline, which was released on November 8, 2024. With me today, I have Jason Stanton, Advisor Analyst. Since our last report was published in June 2022, the total project cost estimate for the Trans Mountain Expansion project has increased by $12.8 billion to a total of $34.2 billion, and it began commercial operations on May 1st, 2024. Our latest report provides a current financial valuation of Trans Mountain Corporation using a discounted cash flow method on a go-forward basis. The analysis incorporates new data in conjunction with relevant publicly available information. The analysis does not include previous sunk costs, such as the purchase price or capital investitures prior to 2024. It's also important to note that the report does not present an audit or evaluation of Trans Mountain Expansion project construction or operating costs of the type performed by the Auditor General.
The report presents two scenarios to illustrate how the value of the pipeline could be impacted by the future servicing and tolling framework. While most of the Trans Mountain Pipeline System's capacity is earmarked toward committed contracts for the first 15 to 20 years of operation, once they expire, it is uncertain what kind of service and tolling framework will prevail. We estimate that a scenario where contracts are renewed has a current value of $33.4 billion, while a reversion to a cost of service scenario has a current value of $29.6 billion. However, there is also uncertainty in some of the underlying assumptions on pipeline utilization, tolls, and discount rate, all of which can impact the valuation. This is why the report also includes an assessment of the valuation sensitivity to these key factors. Based on Trans Mountain Corporation's most recent annual report, if the Trans Mountain Pipeline System were sold in 2024 at either of the present values calculated in our report, the government would record a loss on the sale. However, whether the government records a profit or loss on the sale of the Trans Mountain Pipeline network will ultimately be determined by the price a buyer is willing to pay. This would depend on factors such as the number of interested buyers, their costs to secure the necessary funds, the timing and method of sale, market conditions, and if some groups are given priority in the sale. Jason and I would be pleased to respond to any questions you may have regarding our analysis of the Trans Mountain Pipeline System or other PBO work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Giroux, for your opening statement.